With the announcement that J.R. Smith will be teaming back up again with LeBron James in LA, I thought I'd go over some of the greatest moments of J.R. Smith's career as the Henny God. As everybody knows, J.R. Smith has not always been the brightest player. He has moments where he has brain farts that are completely weird. But despite all of the lows that you do get with a guy like J.R. Smith, when he is hot, it is very tough to put him out. He is one of the greatest bad shot makers in NBA history, and I actually trust him more with a contested three-point shot versus an open one, as you guys will come to see in this video. But he does have moments where I do wonder, why is he even on the court? And in today's video, we're going to go over some of those epic fails throughout J.R. Smith's NBA career. But if you like what you see, do not forget to drop a like down below. Hit that comment section and let me know your opinions. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell for post notifications. Without further ado, let's talk about the first moment. The first moment that we're going to address is J.R. Smith dapping up Jason Terry on the bench, which led to an easy basket inside of the paint. I honestly don't know what J.R. Smith was thinking here. I mean, bro, you literally could have dapped him up after the possession was over. And what's crazy is that when you look at the bench after Jason Terry daps up J.R. Smith and they score the basket for the Bucks, the whole Bucks bench starts dapping up Jason Terry like that was a good one, you got him, bro. It's like all the NBA players know that J.R. Smith is a vulnerable target towards things of this matter.
This is the moment that you want to see. This is during action, and J.R. Smith is talking to Jason Terry.
Oh, what?
No.
And look, they're giving Jason. Look, they give Jason Terry dap on the bench. Like, watch the guys give Jason Terry dap. Like, good job.
Good job, man.
Next, we have the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers, where LeBron James did end up coming out victorious in the series, but this was in Game 2, where the Celtics were finishing off their second game in a row, defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers. And maybe J.R. Smith was just frustrated, but he felt the need to push Al Horford in the back when he was going up for a layup. The game was a little bit out of reach as they were up 9 with just less than 4 minutes to go in the game, but you still do have a legitimate chance to come back, so there really is no excuse for J.R. Smith doing what he did on this possession. And Marcus Smart confronting him, I understand that because Marcus Smart is no punk and he's not going to allow his teammate to get bitched with like that. Regardless though, it was a very dirty play that could have ended a little bit more scarier than it did, and thankfully everybody that was involved came out safe.
Alley-oop. And Horford got fouled as he goes crashing to the parquet floor. Oh, and Smart going at J.R. Smith. Yeah, that's a dirty play.
Now, someone who's vulnerable up in the air like that.
So LeBron and JR were running on a fast break, and LeBron passes J.R. Smith the ball. JR has an easy lane to the basket, but instead he decides to throw up an alley-oop to LeBron. And I can only imagine what LeBron was thinking in his head, like, dude, just go up for the layup. There was no need for you to throw that ball back. But maybe JR just had a mental lapse at that point in time and was just like, hey, Bron be catching all of these lobs, so what's to stop him from doing it this time? It happens, it is what it is. I still remember the one time LeBron tried to block Rondo's shot, and maybe he did that because of instinct due to the fact that they've played each other a lot, not just in the regular season, but in the postseason when LeBron was in Cleveland and Rondo was in Boston. It could have just been a natural instinct thing with JR, but it still is a very strange moment that only the Hen God can do so perfectly well.
Carter Williams, foul on time for 3. And back comes James. Oh, underhand pass.
Next, we have some clips of J.R. Smith trying to untie players' shoelaces. Yes, this was a real thing that he did. They would go to the free throw line, whether it was his team or the opposing team, and J.R. Smith would make the decision to untie the opponent's shoelaces while they were waiting for the guy to make or miss his free throw. This is not a joke, and I will actually show you the clips. He once did it to Shawn Marion, and he also did it to Dwight Howard. And if you look at the faces, especially on the face of Dwight Howard, you could just tell they were very annoyed, but they had little time to react due to the fact that the person just shot the free throw. I mean, I can only imagine what Dwight or Shawn Marion was thinking. They were probably like, dude, what is this guy doing messing with my shoelaces? But once it was time for them to actually understand what was happening, it's too late and you gotta focus on the possession, and then you gotta make a choice. I mean, JR, he's really fucked up for doing this, but he knows what he's doing. It's like being dirty without actually being dirty.
Fresh and you got your workout clothes on, and you got
dessert,
a great workout.
And your dessert right there.
Well, that's usually gone by then.
Bill, you ever tried that?
Oh, yeah.
Does it work for you the way it works
Yeah,
for him?
look at what's hanging in front of me.
Tyson Chandler out of the game. There's no reason to settle. Attack the rim.
Yeah, and for those just tuning in, he has an upper respiratory.
But of course, we have to end this video with one of the worst fails in NBA history. And yes, you guessed it, we have J.R. Smith's fail against the Golden State Warriors in Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals. To this day, I still do not understand why J.R. Smith, or how J.R. Smith I should say, did not understand the score of the game once he got the rebound. For starters, there was a lot of blame that could go around in this scenario. You could blame George Hill for missing the free throw. You could blame Kevin Love for fouling Steph Curry on the possession before. You could also blame Ty Lue for not calling a timeout. But the one thing I would think a player or anybody on the court that is involved in the game would understand is the score. You must understand that the game is tied. But not only did he not understand that, but he then went in interviews saying that he knew the score was even though after he did what he did, you can clearly read his lips and he says, "I thought we had the lead." Regardless, it was a very horrible mistake, and considering that LeBron James was having a career night, that was the worst time and the worst place for J.R. Smith to have one of his mental lapses that he does very well.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked. And we'll go to overtime. You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead.
He didn't know the score.
Great job from Smith to get the rebound, but dribble it away.
But that concludes this video. Shout out to the Hen God. I hope he has a very successful stint with the Los Angeles Lakers. Not saying he's going to be a superstar or anything, but any contribution counts, whether it's a shot here or there, or he just goes on some run in a game that gets them to clinch a playoff opportunity. Who knows? But that concludes this video. Drop a like, comment your opinion, subscribe, hit the bell for post notifications. Your boy David from NBA Knowledge signing out. Stay safe, wash your hands, and wear a mask. I'm out. Peace.